We are delighted to host today's program of prize distribution ceremony and felicitation function of National Level Innovation Competition PHARMATHON Innovations for Healthy Bharat. I now request all the dignitaries on the dais to proceed for the lamp lighting. Thank you. It is our institution's ritual to pray for the world peace and harmony. I request all to stand up for the world peace prayer.
जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवापूति गणेश सकलार्थ मत प्रकाश मणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारि बोधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Now I request everyone to please take their seats. I would request Dr. Amol Tagalpalliva sir to introduce our today's chief guest, Dr. Vijay Shastri, Technical Director, Murli Krishna Pharma Private Limited, Pune.
Yeah, thank you. Very good morning, everyone. I, Dr. Amol Tagadpallevar, take this opportunity to introduce today's chief guest, Dr. Vijay Shastri sir. With expertise in analytical chemistry and having obtained PhD from University of Mumbai, there was no look back for the great human being with high spirit, Dr. Vijay Shastri sir. There are many achievements to the credit of this stalwart who pursued his masters in analytical chemistry and prior to which who honored bachelor with chemistry as the principal subject. Remarking each milestone in his winning career path, sir started as an application scientist with Nettle chromatogram in 1981. At Nettle, he found exposure into development of chromatographic techniques. Post completion 2 years at Nettle, he decided to make a career switch and hence found an attractive opportunity to own his chemistry expertise as a chemist with Abbott Laboratories. At Abbott, sir was responsible for developing procedures that monitors synthesis of nebutyl ester, sodium pentothal, and erythromycin derivatives. This procedure helped in improving the yield as well as impurity profiling. Going forward, Dr. Shastri sir took advantage of many more opportunities that crossed path in his career span to work with Lupin Armor Chemicals as a quality assurance and analytical development manager, and then moving to Merck in the capacity of Deputy General Manager Analytical Research. Making significant contribution more than 14 years in the field of analytical chemistry and growing from strength to strength in his career graph, he was a consultant to many national and international organizations. Some of his key customers includes Morton Gross Pharmaceuticals USA, Biofin Lab Italy, UNESCO and Company China, and Morpan Lab India. Currently, Dr. Shastri sir chairs as a director technical for Murli Krishna Pharma Private Limited, Ranjangaon, Pune, since its inception in 2004. He has been responsible for designing and commissioning of the project right from scratch. He is responsible for the development of semi-finished formulations based on proton pump inhibitor, antifungal drugs, immune suppressants, macrolides, anti-obesity product, conducting bioequivalence studies and licensing with API manufacturer to develop API with the right polymorphic characters as well as impurities profiling. With this very brief introduction, I request Honorable Vijay Shastri sir to address the budding innovators. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I request Dr. Rohini Pujari ma'am to introduce our today's chief guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Kamlesh Pandey, Innovation and Higher Technical Education Consultant.
A very good morning to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure and a great privilege to introduce today's guest of honor, Mr. Kamlesh Pandey sir. Mr. Kamlesh Pandey sir completed his graduation in Mechanical Engineering from VRCE Nagpur and M.Tech in Mechanical Engineering from IIT Mumbai. He has also done his Bachelor of Arts in English Literature. Mr. Kamlesh Pandey was head of Technology Management with Mahindra & Mahindra, Vice President R&D and Innovation with Thermax Limited Pune and Chief R&D with Force Marshal Pune. Prior to that, he was with Tata Consultancy Engineering, Corporate R&D of Bharat Heavy Electric Limited and Tata Energy Research Institute. For 5 years, he was the adjunct professor at SJM School of Management, IIT Bombay, where he taught innovation management, knowledge management and R&D management. He is now a visiting faculty at SJM School of Management, IIT Bombay. Mr. Kamlesh Pandey founded a group Maitri to make higher technical education more industry oriented, and he is actively interacting with the engineering colleges institute for the same. He has deputed to Moscow by Government of India on MHT program. He has coordinated the Indo-US conference in Washington on CFC-free refrigerators and was also the USAID sponsored team to study the operation of US energy companies. He was actively involved in the projects on frugal innovation in healthcare at National University of Singapore. He has set up the Force Marshal Center for the STEAM engineering in Pune to impart hands-on training to engineering professionals. Mr. Kamlesh Pandey was on the board of governors of G.H. Raisoni College of Engineering, Nagpur from 2014 to 18, on academic advisory boards of MIT School of Business, Pune from 2010 to 17, on the boards of management of Government College of Engineering and Technology, Nanded 2004 to 2014, Sardar Patel Renewable Energy Research Institute, Anand, Gujarat, as well as the advisory board of Symbiosis Institute of Design, Pune from 2005 to 8. He was also the chairman Research Advisory Committee, College of Engineering, Shegaon. Kamlesh Pandey sir is on Research Advisory Committee of various research centers and hospitals. He was the honorary professor at Mechanical Engineering at Government College of Engineering, Pune, and visiting faculty at Institute of Armament Technology, Tata Management Training Center, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management and Maharashtra Institute of Technology, School of Business, Pune, as well as the National Institute of Construction Management and Research, Pune. He was also on the Confederation of Indian Industries, National Committees on Technical Education and Industry Institute Interaction, and a member of C2 Western Regions Task Force on Higher Education. He was on the panel of reviewers of ASME JI of Heat Transfer and associate editor of Journal of Frugal Innovation, Spingerling. Currently, he is a member of Board of Editors of the International Journal of Research Technology Management. He was also on the panel of judges for the Design the Future contest conducted by NASA, Tech Brief, and AICT C2 evaluation of industry-linked engineering institutes. He is also on the panel of tri-international experts at the IMID World Competitiveness Center since 1998. And judges for C2 Industry Innovation Award since 2014. He is also the chief mentor for KPIT's All India Competition Sparkle for innovation projects by engineering students. His name has been included in the latest edition of Marquis Who's Who in Science and Engineering, Marquis Who's Who in World, and the Contemporary Who's Who. Currently, he conducts the programs on innovation management, knowledge management, product development for managers and companies, and offers consultancy to various companies for setting up and implementing innovation. Today, we are fortunate enough to have him here So once again, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, for this ceremony. Thank you so much.
I would now request everyone, to all the dignitaries on the dais, to felicitate our today's guest of honor, Mr. Kamlesh Pandey, Innovation and Higher Technical Education Consultant. Thank you, sir. Now I request Honorable Professor Dr. Neeraj Mahindru, Dean, School of Pharmacy, MIT-WPU, Pune, to give opening remark.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Chitnis, Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. Shastri, Guest of Honor for the day, Dr. Pandey, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Pandey, Professor Kochikar, judges who have taken time from their busy schedule to help us conduct this innovative hackathon, PHARMATHON, for a first one for this field. Young innovators and thinkers who have come from all over the country. We had 101 participants from all over this country, representing different institutes and universities. The team pharma, the faculty, students, and the staff who have made this happen. This was an event which I think would be a pathbreaker, where we have tried to bring in thinkers from across the country and try to innovate on the problems and the ideas which can help improve pharma industry, the drug delivery, the problems which we face in the pharmaceutical sector. And I think this gives a platform for young researchers, young thinkers, to showcase what they have been doing over the years. And an opportunity to industry to look at what these thinkers can do. And these are young minds which can think out of box. They are not the trained minds which usually think as we want them to think. We academicians try to make these minds think in the way we want them to think. But these are the events which can allow them to think the way they want to think. They don't have those prejudices, those preconceived ideas which usually kill the innovation. And I really appreciate the judges for actually looking through these things and then deciding which were the teams which, and there might be 3 winners, 4 winners, but every idea was worth it. And please do not get discouraged that only 5 were selected. Every idea was worth it. You maybe need to work a little more to actually take that idea forward. So there was a survey done by McKinsey recently to look at what were the 8 major things which should be looked after to ensure innovation and to promote innovation. So first of them was to at least aspire. Think that we will do something and aspire to solve a problem. And then choose your problem. What do I need to work on? The next was to discover how to solve that. What could be the various ways to do that? Evolve your idea. Work on it. Then accelerate. We cannot keep idea for years together, because by that time you find a solution, it might be already irrelevant. Scale it up, extend it, and then mobilize resources to make it a product which would then impact the lives. So that's something, and we are a country which has proven in last 2.5 years, and it was not that we were not doing it, but we are a third largest pharmaceutical industry in terms of volume across the world. In terms of value, we are 14th. So we are delivering on a price which is very competitive. And that's because we have innovators amongst ourselves who are doing things very differently, which cuts down the price, which brings the quality product to the world at a much lesser price. And you see the vaccines, we are the vaccine capital of the world. 62% of vaccines are produced in India. And this didn't happen overnight. It was a well-planned strategy. If we go back to 1970s patent regime of a process patent instead of product patent, which actually nurtured that culture of discovery and built up the base for our pharmaceutical industry. And when we were ready to move to the product patent, we did it. Now, thing is, are we producing new drugs? Maybe still we are far behind the Western world. But then we have young minds who are thinking about that. In formulation technologies, we were just discussing with our chief guest, there are a lot of things which are being done, and people from India are taking the lead. I think platforms like this will help grow these ideas, and I have been requesting the judges and the industry to please come into our classrooms and allow our students in your industry so that this culture of free thinking, ideas, exchange of ideas is nurtured over here. And we get our innovators change their ideas into products, and this allows to serve the world, not only India, in healthcare sector and beyond it. One more thing which, before I close, I would love to have teams which have innovators from different sectors coming together. Rather than, PHARMATHON doesn't mean that only students from pharmacy thinking about solving a problem in pharmacy. We were just talking that it's some interdisciplinary team. Maybe a student from design or business can help you give an idea or modulate your idea in a way which would be much more applicable. Can we start thinking in an interdisciplinary manner? Can we break our silos and go out and talk to people and try to solve the design thinking, critical thinking? These are the skills, problem solving, which we should inculcate, and I hope we as a MIT-WPU School of Pharmacy would be a leading light to do this. Thank you, and I once again welcome the guests as well as the participants and judges and our own team. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Honorable Dr. B.S. Kuchekar, sir, Advisor and Senior Professor, School of Pharmacy, MIT-WPU Pune, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Good morning. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vishwanath Karade, MIT World Peace University, Dr. Chitnis, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Milind Pandey, Chief Guest, Dr. Shastri, Guest of Honor, Dr. Pandey, Honorable Dr. Mahindru, who is a Dean, School of Pharmacy, galaxy of the judges, jury members, who have spent their valuable time to assess the innovations of our students, the faculty members, the participants, staff members, and my dear student friends. We have organized this very important innovation competition, PHARMATHON, which is Innovations for Healthy Bharat. The seed thought of organizing this particular PHARMATHON is from our Honorable Dr. Milind Pandey sir, Pro Vice Chancellor. He is always pressing. Already, my friends, I would like to mention one thing. We have organized, MIT-WPU University has already organized one big hackathon competition. Our pharmacy students have also participated. But Honorable Pandey sir was insisting us, why should not we organize a PHARMATHON at the national level? So we have organized it, and the main credit of organizing this goes to our beloved Pandey sir. I would like to make a mention of the great inspiration, great motivation by our Executive President, Honorable Rahul Karad sir. So, for the judges and my other participants, I would like to tell one thing, that Executive President Honorable Rahul Karad sir has not only inspired, motivated, but the part of the motivation or inspiration is he has deposited 1 lakh in the account of, in the joint account of every faculty member and Vice Chancellor. There are 700 faculty members in MIT-WPU University, 7 crores he has deposited. Already we have in our account 1 lakh for each and every faculty members. The reason is that you go for innovation. You teach innovation to students. I will come to that, my friends. The innovations. Unless you have innovative idea, you cannot go for innovation. Unless you have ideas, you cannot go for innovative ideas. So the conceiving the idea is very important. I am coming to the teaching learning process in pharmacy colleges. When we teach practicals, this is for faculty members, to our student, we give the experiments. In that particular time of conducting the practical, every faculty member should invest first 5 minutes in explaining, and he or she, the faculty member, should not forget to conduct again the review at the last for 5 to 10 minutes. So what you have understood. And one thing, with this experience of teaching and learning, I would like to tell all the faculty members, give the cognate experiments on the real experiment. They should devise the experiment on the experiment which you have given for the practical. This is one thing. Another thing, ask them or inculcate the habit in the student to write every finding, every observation in the practical notebook and get it signed by the supervisor or the teacher. This habit will be required to have a data with them when they wish to file the patents. I would like to tell 2 incidences. Sir, before I think 20 years when I was in Government College of Pharmacy, Amravati, one of the students, at that time, innovation was there, but not very buzzword in our academic. So that time, one of the M.Pharm student has developed his own method of extraction. There was a method of extraction for the particular plant which was reported, but he developed. How? The reported method has 3 steps, he developed only 1-step method. So, reduce the cost. Again, he got the more yield than the reported method. Then he reduced the cost. And same, I don't remember exactly the name, the botanical name of that plant, but he developed that And not only that, he filed the patent and the patent is received. One more case, long back in our days when we were the students, we were used to conduct the practical in pharmacology. One of the practical was heart perfusion. In that practical, we have to hook the cannula in the heart of the frog and conduct the experiment by using the drums, Sherrington drum machine, just I remember. And we used to record the graph like ECG, right? But we failed to hook the cannula in the heart of the frog. But my friends, the same difficulty was faced by many students and even by the lab assistant. So some of the students have decided this is the problem. Why this is the problem? We cannot hook that cannula in the heart of the frog. So one student has identified the problem. Just he thought, just we will change the angle of the glass cannula. Right? Cannula is made up of glass. Okay. And he went to the glass blower. Glass blowers are there, and he gave that picture, the drawing, and accordingly he devised that particular cannula. He wants to overcome that difficulty. So he went to the glass blower and he was successful in developing that cannula. In this way, he had prepared 10 to 15 cannulas and distributed to nearby the colleges and asked the feedback. And the feedback was very excellent. Say, my friends, the students, lab assistant and faculty members were involved in developing that cannula, and those students have filed the patent, they got the patent, and not only that, the students have got the royalty after commercialization. So, our Honorable Professor Pandey is of opinion that the students have idea. They have hidden potential. Definitely they have their ideas. They are capable of conceiving the ideas if you teach practicals, if you imbibe them culture of reading the different books on the same subject. Definitely there. Our duty is to ignite them. So we are here to ignite. I am talking about the faculty members. We are here to ignite the students to go for innovations. I will not take the time. And the main purpose of the organizing this, according to our Pandey sir, he says that our student must be able to identify the problem of the industry. Not only able to identify the problem of industry, but he should be capable of solving that problem. So you organize this one. Not only the students of MIT-WPU University School of Pharmacy, but he is insisting that the students of every institute across India should come up with the innovations, and we will give them opportunity to using this platform to present their ideas. With this, I appreciate, my friends, the efforts taken by our faculty members, particularly Dr. Pawar and his team, the research committee, our head of the school, Dr. Baheti, our all faculty members, staff members, and most important, jury members, the galaxy of jury. If they are not there, if they have not spared their valuable time, it was next to impossible for us, sir. So we appreciate your presence here. I appreciate the untiring efforts of our team and the backing given by our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Pandey, and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Chitnis. Say, our Dr. Chitnis, Vice Chancellor, has also many ideas, but he told me the idea, one idea, are you able to develop one medicine for the replacing food? Replacing food. He is always asking me. Okay, so he is also involved in the conceiving the ideas, such type of ideas. With this, I once again thank Honorable Executive President, Mr. Rahul Karad sir, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Chitnis, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Pandey, and my whole team for making this particular a successful, and hope for participants, we will wait for the results of their innovations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to appreciate the efforts of all the participants who worked hard for the competition. So, starting with the appreciation prizes. Yes. Okay, sir. I request Professor Dr. Neeraj Mahendru to give the appreciation prizes. So, the second prize of appreciation goes to the team ABC 31, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, Uttarakhand, for the innovation anti-malarial lead molecule. The first prize of appreciation goes of appreciation goes to the team In Vivo Tech from Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, Pune, Maharashtra, for the innovation sensor-based technology for monitoring laboratory parameters in rodents. Huge round of applause for both the teams. Now I kindly request Professor Dr. Milind Pandey, Pro Vice Chancellor, MIT-WPU, Pune, to address the gathering.
So still a very good morning to every one of you, and it's a great honor to be here to discuss with you. But before that, Dr. Anil Pawar is here. Where is Dr. Anil Pawar? Please call him. I would like to request him to give us a brief journey of this PHARMATHON right from the inception. Dr. Anil, I would like to request you to brief us the starting date, the journey, the total participants, the various rounds, and the way we conducted the capacity building workshop for the participants. So this time this is not only focusing on to the competition of hackathon, but this is also the capacity building of the participants. So we said that it's mind to market, whatever the ideas coming to your mind, how we are taking it to the market. If any idea is coming, and if you are putting it onto the paper, how we can transfer it from paper to product. So more than 150 participants across India, they participated, the capacity building workshop happened, then round 1, round 2, round 3. Over to you, Dr. Anil, please brief us and then I will continue.
Thank you very much, sir. First of all, I would like to welcome all jury member participant for this prize distribution function. So the idea of conducting this national level innovation competition, PHARMATHON Innovation for 2022, is a brainchild of Dr. Satish Polshettiwa sir, who is heading Department of Pharmaceutics at MIT-WPU School of Pharmacy. Then Honorable Dr. Milind Pandey sir believe in my capacity and he given me chance to coordinate this activity. So the journey started in January 2022. So then what kind of framework should be there? So we constituted one organizing committee. We have conducted few competition to finalize the title of the competition as well as the line for this particular competition, and students suggested that this PHARMATHON Innovation for Healthy Bharat should be the title and the line for this competition. So it is a suggestion given by the student. We all accepted and we finalized that title. And we started giving publicity to the competition. We contacted around 600 PG pharmacy colleges in the India. We requested them that this innovative concept is there, and head of school Dr. Akshay Bhayate supported a lot for this publicity of the PHARMATHON, and then we received 151 entries for this competition. So the next question which was there in front of us is how to shortlist, because this is first time organizing in the India and we do not want to demotivate any student, any team member. So we started organizing online evaluation round 1. So we conducted online evaluation round 1 from 16th May to 20th May 2022. So all these 151 teams are randomly divided into 30 groups, and each group is evaluated by a jury member, one from industry, one from MIT-WPU alumni, and one from pharma entrepreneur. So from each team, one team is shortlisted for offline round 2. So 30 teams are shortlisted here for round 2 of the PHARMATHON competition. But this is first competition, innovation competition for pharmacy students. So Honorable Dr. Milind sir and Dr. Jankiram sir suggested us to have some mentoring session to the students so that they will come to know how to actually present their innovations. So all these 30 team members are participated in one mentoring session which conducted online, 5 days mentoring session, mind to market, conducted from 21st to 26th May 2022. So during this mentoring session, student and these participant understood what is the basic difference between research and innovation, and how innovation is needed for the benefit of society, and how all these innovative ideas should be transformed into product which will be beneficial to the society. And later on, all these teams were invited here for round 2 evaluation, which is conducted in this hall only from 1st May to 2nd May 2022. To evaluate all these 30 teams, there were panel of 6 jury members, 2 from industry, 2 jury members were from pharma entrepreneur background. They are having their own pharma firms, and 2 MIT-WPU alumni. So this is how we have conducted competition. Definitely, whatever suggestions which are given by the jury member, by the participants, will be taken into account for improving from our side. And next PHARMATHON will be definitely going to be conducted in a big scale. It is also suggested by Aditi Karad madam, by Dr. Jankiram sir, by Milind Pandey sir, to have some more component in it. So there will be scientific session in which student will going to present their research in either poster or oral form. In addition to that, there will be ideathon kind of activity wherein we are going to invite industry problems, and participant has to give solution for that particular problem. So this is actually a journey from planning to this point. Thank you. Thank you very much to everyone.
Well done, the team pharmacy, Dr. Anil Pawar, Dr. Rohini Pujari, Dr. Amol Tagalpalliwar, Dr. Ashwin Kuchekar, Professor Ranjit Gadve, Yogita Uzarde, Aarti Swami, and everybody, Dr. Baheti and Dr. Kuchekar and Dr. Neeraj. It's a team effort, it's a team building. One popular saying is that great innovation only happens when people are not afraid to do things differently. That is why even I remember Honorable Prime Minister Modi said IT plus IT is equal to IT. Number of times I repeated this. So it was very surprising, 2 plus 2 is equal to 2, why he is saying like this. But when he narrated the innovative technologies plus Indian talent is equal to India tomorrow. If you would like to build up the India tomorrow, that innovation technologies has to be imbibed. And my friends, you are coming from the different organizations, from the different parts of the country. Let me tell you, this MIT World Peace University, we are striving very hard. The very hardship. We want all the students, they have to have the innovation in head, compassion in heart, and passion in belly. The complete coordination between the head, hand and heart for the noble and able cause of the humanity. And that is what the purpose. And these innovation components certainly gives you the edge. And the institution like MIT World Peace University, we are giving this platform for transforming the personality into the winning personality of the student. The winning personality means you have to have the professionally sound, socially responsible, and spiritually elevated. When we say socially responsible, that means to connect with the soil, to connect with the common man. And that's why I was working with Dr. Polshettiwar, and we came out with a very unique concept called the healthcare technologies for common man in new normal. What are those various healthcare technologies at the low cost will be helping the common man in new normal, particularly post-COVID, that is new normal. And what are those technologies? Whether you are a pharmacy student or you are the art, commerce, science, Dr. Kuchekar spoke about the hackathon, the big hackathon, the innovation hackathon we conducted, where more than 503 teams they participated, more than 3,500 students. And you will be surprised, the non-engineering students, they perform very well in the hackathon. It's an ideathon, the idea coming to your mind and converting it, the mind to market. the octathon, within the 8 hours, the engineering students or the students from the computer science background writing a code, and workathon, if your prototype is ready, so you will be demonstrating it. So it was a big success, and then we said, let it be a pharmathon, let it be a biotechnology hackathon. But many times, what is hackathon? बहुत सारे लोगों को पता ही नहीं है what is the meaning of hackathon. Some लोग हम बोलते हैं hackathon. But then the hackathon, the hack stands for experimental creative problem solving. That is what the meaning of hackathon, that is the meaning of hack and a marathon. So hack plus marathon is hackathon. So finding the amicable solution within the shortest possible time is hackathon. And this pharmathon is nothing but the hackathon in pharmacy. So I was talking of those 8 technologies, the 9 technologies which are impacting irrespective of your branch. These are the A, B, C, D and AR/AI. This is all artificial intelligence, B, blockchain, C, cyber security, cloud, D, data sciences, drone and drug development. The additive manufacturing, Dr. Kamlesh Pandey sir is here. So drug development, the 3D drug development, the first invention, the post-corona came into the market. Otherwise the drug development, the drug discovery takes the huge time to come into the market, right from the research idea to the market. But these technologies, and I said AR/AI, again the augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, analytics and IoT of everything, IoT of the Internet of Things. So these are the technologies, the drone technologies, the design. I remember the AI-based products. And again, so these are the 8 technologies, 9 technologies we are talking of, but the other round, the other way, the 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, we are talking of 5G based hospitals. The healthcare facilities based on the 5th generation with the 4th generation, right from the getting ambulance directly into the hospital. So these are the various dimensions. As a pharmacy students, we will be understanding it. I think this was a great attempt. I would like to thank all the team members and all the jury members, sir. I salute you for your participation in shaping the future of these budding entrepreneurs, budding innovators. It's a great value addition, and looking forward for many more interactions like this for shaping up their future. Dr. Shastri sir, again on behalf of the management, I would like to give you a warm welcome, and my mentor, the philosopher, friend, guide, Dr. Kamlesh Pandey sir is here. He is a mentor to me, and let me tell you, he is the founder member of MIT-TBI. In 2013, we launched MIT-TBI. He was a chief guest for that function, and right from 2013 onwards, the journey continues. He was in Mahindra & Mahindra and all the engines for mechanical engineering, and I visited him. I remember, sir, you was working in Mahindra & Mahindra at Nasik and R&D, and the Bolero, the vehicle, is a brainchild of Dr. Kamlesh Pandey. The Bolero vehicle. I saw him very active in R&D and talking of innovation, and we are fortunate enough to have him on our advisory boards. My simple message to every one of you, we need to celebrate the failure. 30 teams है, 30 टीम में से 5 लोगों को प्राइज मिलने वाला है, कुछ appreciation है. But that doesn't mean that that attempt wasted. No. FAIL का meaning ये है, the first attempt in learning, FAIL. And in most of the countries, in Finland, in Germany, they used to celebrate the failure. And that is what the culture, and that's why the entire government of India, the Prime Minister office is working on Startup India, Stand Up India, and so many policies, and we're emerging as the best capital of startup. And nowadays, even the Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, the Pune is an important hub for the startups. So it's a lot of opportunities, my friend. मैं हमेशा एक poem बोलता हूँ. Many times I also used to say that those days gone when the students, they are taking admissions to any engineering colleges or pharmacy colleges or for that reason any universities on the basis of percentage. Those days gone in 2010. Now the current, everyone of expecting how many startups are graduating from the university, and that is the culture of the future, that is the future of education, and that will be the education of the future. How many startups are generating from the campus? Whether that university or institution, they have a startup nursery with them. And we are fortunate enough, we have a MIT TBI, MIT Technology Business Incubator under the Department of Science and Technology. Till the date, more than 41 startups graduated. We do have the accelerator, EdTech accelerator at MIT-WPU campus, and lot many startups, particularly in education technology, that too in augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, that we have taken up. So, आखिरी दम तक चलना है. If you want to do something else, particularly in startups, is ultimately paper to product. Whatever the ideas you submitted, whatever the things you have done, you worked day and night, above and beyond. कभी फेल हो गए या फिर सक्सेस नहीं हुए, फेल वर्ड भी बहुत गलत है, बट दैट इज नॉट द एंड ऑफ द लाइफ, दैट इज नॉट द एंड ऑफ द करियर. तो एक शायर बहुत अच्छे से कहता है, एंड आई विल रिपीट मेनी टाइम, आई रिपीटेड ऑन दिस कैंपस, बट अगेन फॉर माई ऑल द न्यू फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट यूनिवर्सिटीज, मुश्किलों में धैर्य साहस यही जीने की कला है. एक शायर स्टार्टअप के बारे में कहता है, मुश्किलों में धैर्य साहस यही जीने की कला है, शिखर तक पहुंचा वही जो आखिरी दम तक चला है. हो अगर हिम्मत हृदय में, हो अगर हिम्मत हृदय में, गर्व से उन्नत हो मस्तक, आत्मनिर्भरता के प्रण से बने भारत युग प्रवर्तक, गर्भ में संभावना के कहीं दृढ़ निश्चय पला है, शिखर तक पहुंचा वही जो आखिरी दम तक चला है. So this is not the end of the career. Lot many things. You are at the early age of 21 and the sky is the limit. So let us come together to build up the India tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward for the remaining prizes of PHARMATHON, I request Professor Dr. Milind Pandey to give 5th and 4th prize. The 5th prize is of trophy and cash prize of rupees 10,000. So, the 5th prize goes to the team ABC 33, Maliba Pharmacy College, UK, Tarsadia University, Surat, Gujarat, for the innovation of detection of non-fluorescent compounds using carbon nanorods. The 4th prize is of trophy and cash prize of rupees 20,000. So, the 4th prize goes to the team Sani Green, All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society's College of Pharmacy, Pune, Maharashtra, for the innovation biodegradable sanitary napkins. the third prize is a trophy and cash prize of rupees 30,000. So the third prize goes to the team ABC 34, HR Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Shirpur, Maharashtra, for the innovation isolation of 3-Carine for pharmaceutical application. There are prizes. The second prize is of trophy and cash prize of rupees 50,000. So the second prize goes to the team Medilens, Maliba Pharmacy College, UK, Tarsadia University, Surat, Gujarat, enzyme triggered drug delivery system for glaucoma. The first prize is of trophy and cash prize of rupees 75,000. So the first prize goes to the team Hobby Dikis, School of Pharmacy, Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, Pune, Maharashtra, for the innovation candy to cure anemia. Please give a huge round of applause to all the winning teams. Congratulations to all the winning teams. Now we have our two M.Pharm students with us, Mr. Varun Pandey and Ms. Sakshi Mastori. May I request Dr. Milind Pandey sir to please offer them trophy for first rank in M.Pharm. निधी पडवळ आणि नेहा माकड. I request Neha Makhadia and Nidhi Padwar for the logo designing to come forward. Now I request to any one representative from the winning teams to give a feedback on PHARMATHON competition. Any one representative from the winning teams?
First of all, thank you all my teachers, my guidance, and all the jury members for the first round and second round. We did this because of all us mentors, Satish Polshettiwar sir, Pawar sir, Chinmay Deshmukh sir, and all my team members. Thank you all.
Good morning to the dignitaries on the dais and friends. Thank you first of all for arranging such a nice competition, PHARMATHON, and it motivated us to do something more, and the interactive session which was conducted, it also helped us to think about the various parameters of a particular product, that how can it be cost effective, sustainable, how can we take up further, how can we scale up. So I thank you for arranging to the MIT-WPU, and I hope such events will also inspire more and more students to aspire more. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I hand over the remaining session to Ms. Sanika Kole.
Good afternoon everyone. Now we will be felicitating some of the jury members who have given their valuable time and been a part of PHARMATHON. So I request, yes. I would request Professor Dr. Neeraj Mahendru sir to felicitate Dr. Suhit Gilda sir. I would request Dr. Neeraj sir to felicitate Dr. Mukund Verma sir. I would request Neeraj sir to felicitate Dr. Sanjay Jagavkar sir. I would request Dr. B.S. Kuchekar sir to felicitate Ms. Prajakta Bhujbal ma'am. I would request Dr. B.S. Kuchekar sir to felicitate Dr. Roshan Palewar sir. I would request Professor Dr. Milind Pandey sir to felicitate Mr. Kaustubh Nimbalkar sir. I would request Professor Dr. Milind Pandey sir to felicitate Mr. Amol Gotmare sir. I would request Professor Dr. R.M. Chitni sir to felicitate Mr. Pratik Fargade sir. I would request Professor Dr. R.M. Chitni sir to felicitate Mr. Vinod Chandak sir. I would request Professor Dr. R.M. Chitni sir to felicitate Mr. Aniruddha Fedge sir. I would request Dr. Vijay Shastri sir to felicitate Mr. Jaideep Ghodsara sir. I would request Dr. Vijay Shastri sir to felicitate Dr. Chandrasekhar SB sir. Thank you so much everyone. Now I request some of the jury members to give their opinion and suggestions about PHARMATHON. Suhit Gilda sir, can you please?
So definitely it's a energetic morning. For an entrepreneur, it's every moment is like a morning one, so we don't want to miss any opportunity to grab any thing. Okay, it's really a pleasure for me to be here, and I was I am fall in love with this MIT. I was not even fortunate to have studies with this, but definitely on the behalf of all the industry stakeholders, I will take opportunity to request the authorities on the dais that if we can be an integral part of the system, maybe acting as a mentor, and definitely we are like, so I am driven by Saraswati to Lakshmi approach. So whatever the we are having, we have to convert it into a Lakshmi. Otherwise it's like no use. And definitely it has to be a purpose driven. And the cause is important. So I must take opportunity, and I will request all the authorities on the dais to have us on the, so let us give us an opportunity to serve the MIT from all the dimensions of industry. So with all this, and I must congratulate the team members of PHARMATHON for really it was an incredible thing. So I have never seen such energy, such a coordination, and really I'm feeling with a lot of energy with me right now, and positive vibes from, I think so, the great Karad sir, and definitely and the fantastic, or the Pandey sir was like, I was enough. I was like, definitely I'm now a fan of you, sir. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And definitely in the future, if there will be anything, please let me know. I will be here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much sir. Now I request Dr. Sanjay Jagavkar sir to please give his opinion.
respected honorable members on the dais and of the dais. This was really a wonderful event, PHARMATHON, and this name has come from all you students like you, and really this will take forward India forward, right? I am very much thankful to MIT University for giving us opportunity to be as a jury member. One small tip to all the students with your honorable members on the dais. When jury was asking certain questions to you, you were not understanding that question. My dear friends, listening skills is something which is very, 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 very important in life. If you don't understand, please ask, repeat that question. There are 3 steps in listening skills. One is accept, clarify within yourself, and then give feedback. You were replying for the sake of reply. Then the jury member was asking you, no, I did not, my question was different. And there the time lapses. In interview, today or tomorrow, or maybe day after tomorrow, or a few years down the line, you all will be in the corporate working field environment, where listening will be very, very important. So please listen carefully. As I told you, these 3 steps: accept, clarify, and then give feedback. You were replying for the sake of replying. My only suggestion is please accept it. If you have not understood, please ask, pardon me sir, have I understood you correctly? These 2-3 tips will help you in life enormously. This was really a very good event. I am in love with MIT University, especially Dr. Kuchekar, both Ashwin as well as his father. The dean, the present dean also, he has assured us that you will be associated in days to come with MIT College. And really I am fan of this college, and thank you very much to all of you once again for giving us opportunity as a jury member. Thank you very much, sir. For the students, if anything has gone wrong from any of the jury member, please bear with us. It was only to improve on you. Nothing special personalized, right? It was only and only for you to improve on that. My congratulations to all prize winners, and those who have not got the prize, don't be disheartened. Life is still there. Work on some other project or another thing which I want to tell you, just 1 minute. Something, this was good innovation. Somebody told right now there is a difference between research and innovation. I would go one step further. You should be a good business acumen also you should have. Because tomorrow you will be selling a product. I have seen couple of presentations where product selling at cheaper rate, you are thinking that you will get good price, you will get good returns. No, cheaper product. One of the faculty member or jury member also told you that selling a cheaper product means you are perceived in the market value, you are perceived in the market as a D-grade product. That is the reason you are selling it at the cheaper rate. So my dear friends, you should have all good business acumen. Business acumen, because Lakshmi will only turn into, or Saraswati will turn only into Lakshmi when you have a good business acumen. Otherwise it will remain only on the books. Right? I wish you all the best. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. Roshan Palevar, sir, to please give his opinion and suggestion about the PHARMATHON.
Hi, good more earning. What you heard? Good more earning, that is certainly required, okay, to survive in today's world. So first of all, it's indeed great pleasure to be part of today's session and the process of, evaluation as well. Let me tell you, you guys, coming from different cities, different colleges, but let me tell you one thing very clearly. You guys are super lucky because the MIT World Peace University has given the ample opportunity to nurture your talent, bring those ideas into innovation. And let me tell you, was not the case a long year back when we were in the colleges and everything. The startup thought process started few years before, and you are actually, while doing the graduation, post-graduation, or maybe the PhDs, you got the opportunity to showcase what you have before you join the industry, right? And we, if you look into this whole pharma industry, pharma needs the innovation. It's completely driven by the innovation. There is not even a single product, single molecule across the world which directly come to the market. It has gone through the massive discovery process, massive research, and there's a lot of continuous improvement in the research as well as manufacturing happens, and you are going to be part of that. The industry, you won't believe, because you're going to be part of industry in coming days. The industry today is driving at the global revenue of $1.5 trillion USD. $1.5 trillion industry. That's what you're going to be part of it. And the most important, what I see is that in my entire 17 years of hardcore pharmaceutical research, where I have developed more than 400 drugs for all therapy areas and operated in 172 countries. Had been in the global leadership positions of topmost pharma companies and having own ventures in the research and manufacturing domain, but we were not so lucky as you are today. Right? So the point is that every single human being on the earth has some purpose to serve. Right? And if your vision, your mission get aligned with what is needed in the society, and you bring your passion into reality, that will be your actually the true today and true tomorrow. If you want to be successful in your life, always be responsible for the social development, economical development, and the overall development of your personal and the professional life. That is how you're going to contribute a lot. And most importantly, my personal observation and the feeling is that you haven't chosen pharmacy as your choice. Universe has given you the opportunity, and he has given the ample scope to be part of the pharma profession, because what you are going to do today and tomorrow, that is how the nation is going to build accordingly. The whole responsibility of the nation lies on your shoulder, because you are not just a student, you are going to be a pharmacist, and pharmacist carries a hell lot of responsibilities when it comes to drugs, medicines, formulation, products, devices, and everything, right? And what the forum has offered today is absolutely on top of everything, because getting the opportunity in today's highly competitive world is really challenging. And WPI, university has that ample infrastructure, and on top of that, the faculties, and the kind of leadership, the management, and the educational leadership that we have today, what I'm observing is actually at par to the global level. And since I'm telling you from my experience as a global leader, where I have operated 172 countries, and in fact, there are at least 9 global universities where I'm to advisory board, and in fact, 7 universities from India, I can proudly say that the WPI has all that capabilities and capacity to be the #1 in the coming days, right? And I wish to the entire universe to bless all of us with ease, joy, and glory. And why it is so? Because we all are infinite energy being with infinite possibilities. We can do anything and everything and achieve what we wanted to do it. Just thing is that you need to always ask a question, what you are doing today is that, how does it get any better than this? What you are doing today, how it is get better than that? If you keep on asking that question, universe is going to bless you, and I wish all of you a great success, healthy, wealthy, prosperous, and glorious career in your personal and professional atmosphere. That is what every one of us is going to look forward to you. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my privilege to request our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Vijay Shastri sir, Technical Director, Murli Krishna Pharma Private Limited, to address the program.
Good afternoon all. Honorable Dr. Chitnis, Dr. Kamlesh Pandey, Dr. Milind Pandey, Dr. Kuchekar, and Dr. Mahendru, and honorable members of the jury, and of course, my faculty friends from MIT's pharmacy domain. I am truly honored and indebted to this faculty for giving me an opportunity to be a chief guest at such an exalted function. I am truly happy at the concept of PHARMATHON because India has made a significant contribution to the pharmaceutical world, but it has not made a significant contribution from its domain, that is in India. 38% of the scientists residing in the United States and contributing to the pharmaceutical industry there are of Indian origin or are migratory Indians. In Europe, in China today, you would be surprised. A lot of contribution is made by Indian scientists. Time has come that young scientists now need to put their thinking caps on. It's already on, but it requires some degree of motivation which is being provided through this function. And I'm truly happy to see a university taking a step in the right direction, in my view. Kudos to the Vice Chancellor, Chancellor, professors, and I think to Dr. Pawar for taking this initiative, for mobilizing over 150 institutions, motivating them to showcase their innovations and inventions, and then rewarding them. Yes, my congratulations to the 5 winners and the recipients of various awards. But the people who have not won awards should definitely not be discouraged or disheartened. You know, they must have lost or not got the jury's nod by a small margin. It's not a big margin. They would have lost their top 5 slots. And I guess platforms such as PHARMATHON would give them a motivation to showcase their talents and to emerge with better innovative concepts. Innovation requires 3 things, 3 important things. One is, one should be thorough in their basics of whatever subject they study, be it physics, be it maths, be it chemistry, or whichever domain of education they are in. The basics have to be absolutely thorough. If the basics are thorough, the innovation will automatically be a part of your nature. And besides these 2 aspects, the third most important thing is mentorship. And I'm glad that MIT has taken this initiative in mentoring innovation and talent, which will definitely ensure that we also have more than 40 or 50% of the pharmacists making a significant contribution to the pharmaceutical industry. I have been a part of pharmaceutical industry for 36 years. And I've had the good fortune of being mentored the right way, and which is probably has resulted in me being a part of nearly 16 patents related to either synthesis or whether it came to developing downstreaming processes for fermentation, for isolation of APIs from fermentation broth, or novel analytical approaches. I've had mentors. I've had people who tweaked my ear if they found that I was lagging. And if I am today able to address an intelligent audience, an exalted audience, it is I would give thanks, special thanks, to late Dr. P.S. Ramanathan, who was the chief scientist at Garda Chemicals, and he was also well known for his prowesses in chromatography. After my graduation, I decided to appear for a test, entrance exam, conducted by Garda Chemicals. They used to hire project trainees, and they used to train them for 4 months. And then, of course, we would be trying for masters or various allied courses. So we decided to give it a try for 4 months till we got our admissions for masters or some allied courses. So I was very happy that I had cleared the entrance test, because the entrance test was tough. But in the interview, I realized that my basics were poor. And that was made known to me by Dr. Ramanathan in no uncertain terms. And he had in fact even told me that if you ever get your BSc degree, please burn it, because you're not worthy of it. For the next 48 hours, Dr. Ramanathan was a villain in my eyes. And I probably meant, of course, in my mind, used a lot of X-rated words against him. But when I cooled down, I realized that what he talked made a lot of sense. And there, I decided to improve on my basics. And it is thanks to this basics, improvement in basics, I was able to come up with certain innovative ideas during my PhD, as well as during the course of my professional career. I'll just highlight one small example, because I don't want to make this into a lengthy talk, but I would just like to highlight one small example. By training, I am an analytical chemist, and I was an advisor to a company in Bangalore called SimBioPharma. Now, GlaxoSmithKline French had told SimBioPharma to develop a non-infringing route for converting camptothecin, which is used for the treatment of cancer, into dihydrocamptothecin. That requires a hydrogenation step. And if you have to do hydrogenation of a fairly hydrophobic moiety, where the double bond is held in place, it's made stable by the nitrogen in the indole ring, because the nitrogen supplies electrons to the double bond. So the double bond is immobile. It's very stable. It's very happy in its environment. It won't move. So if you have to hydrogenate, you need to use a strong catalyst like platinum carbon, and that too you have to use a pressure of almost 10 to 15 kilos. Now when you did the HPLC analysis of camptothecin, because it's a highly hydrophobic moiety, we wanted to make its exchange with the hydrophobic stationary phase more dynamic. So we used to add acetic acid in the mobile phase, so that the exchange between the mobile and stationary phase was dynamic. I said, well, that means it is forming an N-acetate. So if it forms an N-acetate, if I use the same principle in hydrogenation, I can do it. Because now what happens is, nitrogen diverts its electrons to the acetate group, and the double bond now becomes unstable and shaky. So by using simple sodium sulfide, I was able to do the hydrogenation by forming the N-acetate. Now this is a concept which I had from the field of chromatography, which I applied to a process, and this process was commercialized. The beauty of it is this process was commercialized. Now this was possible, A, because Dr. Ramanathan tweaked my ears to ensure that my basics improved. B, I had out-of-the-box thinking. And C, I was mentored by SimBioPharma pretty well, so that this innovation could be brought into practice. So my friends, I am glad that you have found a mentor in form of Maharashtra Institute of Technology's Pharmacy Institute. You have wonderful set of mentors in form of academics, and they are motivating the people from pharma industry to judge, to adjudicate the performance of the students in terms of their innovative capabilities. And I'm sure this would be a great fillip in terms of raising the bar of research and development in India. I think I should stop here, and I thank once again the Dean and the faculty of MIT to consider my candidature fit to be able to grace this occasion as a chief guest. Thank you so much, my young. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I kindly request our today's guest of honor, Mr. Kamlesh Pandey, sir, Innovation and Higher Technical Education Consultant, to give a keynote address.
Good afternoon to all of you. Dr. Chitnis, Dr. Milind Pandey, Dr. Kuchekar, Dr. Mahendru, and all jury members, staff members, and most important, the participants of this competition. First of all, congratulations to winners, and double congratulations to those who couldn't win, because I'm sure they will go from here with a much more determination to win the prize next year, and that's what these competitions do. I'm very impressed with MIT, and I'm told that it was Dr. Milind Pandey's brainchild to include and expand this innovation activity to pharmacy. Having spent something like 30 years in innovation, it had never struck me that pharmacy could be included in innovation activity. And it has opened my ears. So maybe now I will keep that in mind. Although I have been a part of innovations in healthcare industry, but it had never struck me to include pharmacy. So good work. Okay, I'm now going to only share a couple of things with you. Since you have all won some prizes in innovation, I'm sure you will like to take this forward as an entrepreneur or as managers of some pharmaceutical companies. I only have to share a couple of experiences with you who are going to start your industry or entrepreneurial activities. One thing is that I have found, and I have also suffered myself, that we technical people, when we work on innovation, we give excessive importance to technology and technological aspects. And in the process, we totally neglect and bypass what is known as non-technological business model related aspects. Okay? I'm not demeaning the importance of technology. I'm myself a technologist, but I realized this very late, and therefore I'm sharing that you should keep that in mind. So just the technology is not going to get to any innovation and any success in market. The very definition of innovation is, as somebody was saying, mind to market. And if you come to market, you have to earn some revenue, you have to earn money. And if your technological effort is not complemented properly and competently by understanding of and implementation of what is known as business model, you are doomed. Take it as a note of caution. Okay, what is business model? In short, business model is something which converts your technical model into market success, into commercialization. And many higher educational institutes, particularly the Indian Institutes of Management, have recently included a new branch of economics which is known as knowledge economics. Knowledge economics is that branch of economics which converts the knowledge that resides in your brain organizationally or individually and converts it into economics. That means the money power. And unless and until you start earning money, earning revenue, earning profits out of your innovation, it's not an innovation. So for innovation, there are two sides. One is creativity, out-of-box thinking, very important, but that's not the end all of innovation. There is always a other side of innovation, which is executing your idea, converting that idea into workable products, processes or services, which is going to earn money for you. Okay? One sad thing that I have found, that many entrepreneurs and big corporates, many people do not have any idea of, first of all, what is a business model, and if they have idea of business model, they are not in the knowledge of saying whether that business model is good enough for them, and if it needs to be changed, and if it needs to be changed, what should be the better business model for this. So one short mantra that you should remember is that mediocre technology and a great business model will give you tremendous success than great technology and mediocre business model. Okay, so that's the importance of business model. And inherently, historically, I have seen technological people, engineering people focus excessively on technology. So this is the right time for you as youngsters to keep this thing in mind. Now, I'm not going to share or tell you what is business model. There are n number of papers and people who will be telling you, but only thing is, please start focusing on that and keep in mind that there is something like knowledge economics. To that extent, I really find great thought of having Manish Patil, who conducted mentoring session for you, because I have a feeling that he has acted as a powerful bridge for youngsters like you to understand what is innovation and what should not be done, and more importantly, what should not be done. My last thing is, since Dr. Chitnis and Dr. Pandey are here on the dais, and since they have started this innovation in terms of hackathons and pharmathons, I would urge them to make sure that innovation basics should be actually taught to engineering students well before they come to their final year stage. That is very important, because nowadays developing something, developing a product, developing a process, developing a service in service sector is of no consequence unless and until you bring up some innovative aspect in that. So innovation has become the arteries of our lives. And if you do not do that, and if you do not start training youngsters right from the beginning, I think there will be a time for repentance. The only thing is, Singapore is one country where I am involved. They want me to be associated with schools, and they have given me the responsibility of introducing and teaching innovation in their schools. So if a country can do it at school level, why can't we, an institute of MIT, do that a formal education? Because then they automatically will start appreciating what is innovation, why it should be done, what is it not, and what extra thing I need to do. Okay, thanks. Congratulations to all winners.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Honorable Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis, sir, Vice Chancellor, MIT-WPU, Pune, to enlighten us with his thoughts.
I'm sorry, I'm deferring the protocol, but then Dr. Chitnis, before Dr. Satish, myself, Anil and everybody, in first conference, Dr. Chitnis, in the first press conference, he spoke about the hackathon should not be restricted only with the MIT domain, and that should go across India, across world. And through the PHARMATHON, that dream came true. When we distributed this 1 lakh rupees to every faculty, 7 crores almost to each and every faculty of the engineering and non-engineering, how to manage that fund, how to take the various progress report from the students, from the faculties, and how to balance that financial treatment He is the man of finance. He worked with the NIBM under Reserve Bank of India, and he knows that financial matter of the businesses and startups very well. So just I thought of adding that the concept of spreading this hackathon across the country. Over to you, Dr. Chitnis.
Dr. Shastri sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Pandey sir, Honorable Dr. Kamlesh Pandey sir, Dr. Kuchekar sir, Dr. Mahindru, all the faculty of MIT-WPU Pharmacy, all the jury members, all the participants, students of MIT and volunteers. Indeed pleasure to be here in front of you. As a Vice Chancellor, my responsibility is to congratulate and extend it further. So as Honorable Dr. Pandey sir said, we did first hackathon only for MIT students. But it was not pharmacy, it was for all faculty members. And when we were in Patrakar Bhavan for press conference, I told that Dr. Pandey, think it's a need of the hour, it's a requirement of our country and requirement of the entire globe. Why not we do it for other colleges? Because all other colleges may not have that idea of how to conduct, may not have preference to conduct, may not have budget to conduct, and may not have expertise to conduct. So whichever college they belong to, they are part of our family, very close-knit family, family of Bharat. And within no time, he declared in month of April, registrations went up to second week of May, and from 12th May up to today, 3rd June, the entire process was over wonderfully, and all of you are here. So to Dr. Pandey, his entire team, organizing committee, student volunteers, let's put our hands together and a huge round of applause. We have a new dean, Dr. Mahindru. He is global expert in pharmacy. So now it is up to him to extend it more innovative way and come out with ideas in next 2 to 3 weeks, and then sit with Honorable Dr. Pandey sir and right now think that can we do it somewhere in January, because in January the mood is always upbeat, New Year starts, and in Diwali also it is upbeat. Because we are very social and emotional species in the world, Indians. And then announcing in Diwali registration, complete it in Christmas, and hit it in on Sankranti. And on 26th of January do the prize distribution. Because the dates are very easy to keep in mind, remember. Plus or minus 2 days is okay. Otherwise start in Diwali and then complete it somewhere in, March 31st, which we connect it to financial year, so the accounting, budget and all that, we close it on that day. Or do it, start in March and complete in June 3rd next year, thereby in person, this was online, that would be the difference next time. In the summer vacation, all colleges from India, they will come to MIT-WPU. And we also have guest house open that time, so they can stay with us and then we can take it ahead. So Dr. Pandey sir from Vice Chancellor's office, once more congratulations to you. Now why hackathon? Suddenly it was not there earlier, but suddenly it has come up. So 2-3 approaches are there, objectives are there. We should be there in that particular event once you complete that event. Event is done very fabulous way, fantastically. But what is the objective of this hackathon? Why suddenly this time? There are 3 reasons. You must be seeing our rupee price is trailing for last so many years. It would be surprise to students especially. When I was in college in 2nd year, there was a foreign tour organized. I did not go, but some of the colleagues of mine, they went, and that time $1 was equivalent to 8 rupees. It was many years there around 21 rupees. If you just go to Google and see Indian and dollar price fluctuation for last, let's say 40 years or 50 years, or after 1947, after independence. It was during Manmohan Singh's LPG model, it was 2 times strategically devalued. We only said that we will devalue our currency. It was a strategic movement. Today, it's based on demand and supply. Every moment dollar price, Indian rupee price is fluctuating. So now you will ask me how hackathon is connected to that. Now, hackathon is pushed by Ministry of Education to make India or Bharat Atmanirbhar. Now, what is this Atmanirbhar? What is the connectivity of hackathon? Again, it's a two-pronged approach. One is that whatever we are importing, as Chief Guest said that 38% of Indian scientists of origin or Indian scientists are working there. They are creating a lot of values. And because of that, dollar price is up, Indian rupee price is low. So whatever they are doing, our young generation sitting here starts doing it by copying them, then we will not import. The first objective of India right now is reduce the import, improve the export. When you say reduce the import, you start production in India itself. What all we import? We import technology, we import petroleum, we import pharmaceuticals, we import knowledge, patents. We also import some of the other areas which are related to food grains. We are not still self-sufficient, including edible oil. And we import defense mechanism. It could be aircraft, it could be bombs or technology. So defense mechanism, defense products. All that if we start here, in next 50 years, Bharat will be completely different. We will not be dependent on them, and in your life there will be day, and I'm responsible in saying that $1 which is 77 rupees, it will be 1 rupee is equal to $77. That is the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Second idea is, there are many things which we use domestic. Mobile phone comes from outside. Laptop technology comes from outside. Camera comes from outside. Defense equipments comes from outside. Petrol comes from outside. This comes from India. This comes from India. This comes from India. Now, if we use something which is indigenously manufactured, that is manufactured in India for domestic purpose, and we use that, we have to improve the production of that. That is the second prong of hackathon. You'll ask me how university is connected. We have 140 crore people staying. If one company takes 10 people for a job, then how many companies are required? There could be 200-300 companies take students in thousands, or they have employees in thousands. But majority of the companies are smaller in nature. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. How many employees are there in Dr. Shastri's company? 146. So anything between 10 to 1,000, there could be many companies, such companies required. So if you divide 140 crore by 10, you need 14 crore companies. If you divide 140 crore by 100, then you come to his, you will require 1.4 companies. But many of us, we looked for job. 140 companies, who will start? You will start. How many companies are there right now on the bourses, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange? Very few thousand companies are there. We want 1.4 crore minimum. Maybe 2 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore companies. In fact, 14 crore companies are required. So anything between 2 crore to 14 crore companies are required. We have not more than 10 lakh, out of which only 2 to 3,000 are public limited, 3,000 of foreign origin. 2022 data of MAE shows that there are only 3,300 foreign companies operating in India. Out of these 14 lakhs, 5 to 6,000 companies are on Bombay or National Stock Exchange. Less than that. I am giving you a higher number. That means other companies are very tiny. They are not of any use to us. And these particular companies, which I said, which are up to 10 lakh, that is 1 lakh up to 10 lakh, they are very, very small, but they are not in different part of India. That is the third problem of Bharat. So out of these 10 lakhs, in Delhi and Pune, that means Pune, Mumbai, that means Maharashtra, Pune, Mumbai, Aurangabad, and New Delhi means Gurgaon, Noida, you have 5 lakh companies. That means rest of the India is still in trouble. Many people say Gujarat is industrializing. Not more than 1 lakh companies are there in Gujarat. So how we are connecting to hackathon and to university? So we are saying that such kind of hackathon by many universities can be conducted. Thereby these students come out with innovation. There's a difference between invention and innovation. A new process is introduced. Thereby this new process which you have created will be bought by some new company and it will be a new startup. More hackathons, more startups, more number of companies coming, and thereby we becoming progressive, progressed, and then rich company. That is the dream of next 50 years. मीडिया रिपोर्टिंग चाललंय, थोडं मराठीत बोलतो. प्रत्येक युनिव्हर्सिटीचं उत्तरदायित्व आहे हॅकेथॉन करून इनोव्हेशन मध्ये नवीन प्रॉडक्ट सर्व्हिस आयडिया, प्रॉडक्ट किंवा सर्व्हिस नवीन आयडियाज आणायच्या, त्याच्यातनं स्टार्टअप कंपन्या तयार करायच्या. त्याचा नंबर जर 1-2 कोटीपर्यंत गेला तर भारत आत्मनिर्भर होईल आणि परकीय गंगाजळ जे त्याला लागतंय, चलन लागतंय, ते खूप कमी लागेल आणि त्याच्यातनं आपण आत्मनिर्भर होऊ आणि त्याच्यातनं आपलं प्रोग्रेस होईल. प्रत्येकाला राहायला घर, शिक्षण, कपडे ह्याचे जी रिक्वायरमेंट आहे ती फुलफिल होईल. उत्तरदायित्व आहे युनिव्हर्सिटीचं आणि ते उत्तरदायित्व MIT वर्ल्ड पीस युनिव्हर्सिटी खूप प्रामुख्याने करत असते आणि त्याचे शिल्पकार डॉक्टर मिलिंद पांडे आहेत. रुईकर सर उद्याची बातमी लावली तुमची. Our media team is sitting here, so I spoke in Marathi, so Dr. Chitnis said so. Pandey sir is the Shilpakar, all that I think. Now it is up to you, and another speaker also said, I think, about business acumen, and sir, you spoke. Now slowly after this hackathon, we have to give you business acumen, how to establish company, register company, how the capital comes in, and from that capital, how land building and machines are created, and then working capital comes in and the material comes in and the final product is out. All that will be guided by bank. She is there, Chanda Kochar. If you look at this particular hall, you will see that there is Indira Nooyi, Coca-Cola head. You will also see Bill Gates there, Microsoft head. You will see Steve Jobs at the back, Apple head. From where they get money? Capital. Now, do you know that only 8% to 9% capital comes from the share capital? Many times it is said that I want to start business, but I don't have capital. You don't require capital. Initially you require initial capital, but after that bank takes over and banks give you more capital, somewhere around 8%. So your profit limits, and on an average it is said, I don't know about pharma, but the production cost is somewhere around 15 to 20% and material cost is around 30-35%, isn't it? Yeah. And then this cost of this particular interest is added 8%, so that makes around 58%, and depreciation 20% because your assets are going down. Still you have a safe margin of 30% in pharma, if I am correct. You will have a safe margin of 30, it could be little more also at the gross profit level. Yeah. How much? Is higher actually. But even if it is lower, which I said 30%, then still you can make it. MCure Pharmaceutical is around 5,000, 10,000 company. Sunil Mehta, one of the owner of that, we were together in college for 5 years and then in MBA also for 2 years. So he used to come on motorcycle, I used to go on bicycle. Those were such days. Then he used to write during my MBA days, आता MQRचा turnover 2.5 crore झाला आहे. But look at the exponential growth of pharma companies in India. Now it is 10,000 crore. It's huge. Now he has multiple.
In fact, I would just like to add.
Yeah.
In pharma, India is the third largest contributor.
Wonderful.
$26 billion
26.
in terms of turnover. But in terms of regulatory approvals, they are number 2, only next to the United States.
Next to the United States. आता रेग्युलेटरी तुमचे मला वाटतं FDA आहेत. तर FDA ला कसं मॅनेज करायचं आपल्या लोकांना इतकं सुंदर माहिती आहे. डॉक्टर शास्त्री सर सांगतील. द लाइटर साइड ऑफ रेग्युलेशन, आय एम सेइंग दॅट हाऊ टू मॅनेज FDA is very well known to our students because they have managed their teachers during their don't quote this is out of record. Now coming to end, let me tell you that if your batch starts jobs, then your batch starts startup and it goes up with grace of God. Please give jobs to our MIT-WPU students. Also give them help to start their own new businesses. They will work with you for 5 years and help them to start. This kind of a chain, like education chain started 50 years back. Britishers brought it. So everyone became matric, everyone became 12th, everyone became graduate, postgraduate, and now PhD also. It was started by someone. And we all are graduates, postgraduates, PhDs today. Likewise, we have to go into. Can we have a graduation in innovation? Can we have masters in innovation? There could be some courses already in the market. But in a larger scale, I'm talking. Can we have a PhD in innovation? Can we have an innovation university by itself? There could be 1 or 2 in the world. Can we have 500, 600 innovation universities in India? That way we have to think. And you are one of the first generation entrepreneurs created by Dr. Pandey. Once again, congratulations to him. Let's clap for him and all the entire team. With this, I want to tell you that you give me one promise, you will start industry and recruit 5,000 people. Then at least 50 you will recruit. Say today, make a big dream. मी इंडस्ट्री चालू करेन, इन 5,000, 50,000 लोकांना जॉब देईन. Say today that my dream is to start a company which will have 50,000 employees under me. Even if you give to 5, it's okay. But if you give to 5,000 or 1,000, not 50,000, I give you promise, I will come to main gate when you come on the campus and publicly salute you for the great thing for you and for that. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
I'm sorry I'm butting in, but if it serves as a motivation to young innovators like you, when we started Murali Krishna Pharma in 2004-05, my partner, Mrs. Satya, and I, we did not come from a business background at all. My late father was in life insurance. My late mother was a school principal. My partner, Dr. Satya's father, was a professor emeritus in IIT Mumbai, and her mother was also a school teacher. So none of us had a business background, but we ventured in 2004 to start this enterprise. When we started this organization, we had 3 founding principles. A, we are not going to copy anybody's technology, we are going to be our innovators. B, we are going to be a regulatory compliant unit, so even if we are not there to mentor the company at some point, of course we will have to call it a day, and we may have to call it a day from this world also. So at some point the company needs to stand on its own feet. So a regulatory approval, be it EU or be it US, will always ensure that if you comply with their audits, you will play a longer innings in the market. And that's what we have done. We are an EU approved company. We are approved by GCC. We are approved by Jordanian FDA, and we will be going in for US FDA in 2023. So we want the company to play a long innings. The third thing was, when we talk about innovation, we are averse to using organic solvents in our processes. So even for BCS class 2 drugs, BCS class 4 drugs, we use an aqueous platform. Save pancreatin, our products are manufactured exclusively using aqueous platform. Even that applies to a hardcore BCS class 4 drug like itraconazole. So it is innovation that has taken us time to achieve our first milestone, but that we have crossed by achieving a turnover of over 100 crores in 2020-21. And 22 we have crossed about 114. And as Dr. Chitnis said, we are going in for an expansion in the field of oncology, ophthalmology, immunology, and then transdermal application of nutrients through a novel route, and of course for a soft mist approach for drugs combating COPD. So innovation is going to lead to three or four more units springing up in Ranjangaon, maybe by 23, 24, yes, they would definitely be commissioned. And probably our strength would increase from 146 to maybe 446, and probably 10% or 15% of that staff would come from MIT. I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I hand over the mic to Dr. Anil Pawar, sir, coordinator of PHARMATHON, to propose a vote of thanks for this program.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. I, Anil Pawar, coordinator of PHARMATHON, would like to take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution that is given by various persons and guest member for grand success of this particular event. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Honorable Professor Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad sir, founder and chief patron, MICE MIT Pune and President MIT-WPU, Honorable Rahul V. Karad sir, Executive President, MICE MIT and MIT-WPU, Honorable Professor Dr. P.B. Joshi sir, Joint Managing Trustee, MICE MIT Pune, Honorable Aditi Karad Madam, Member Trustee and Joint Secretary General, MICE MIT Group of Institution Pune, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis sir, Vice Chancellor MIT-WPU, Honorable Dr. Milind Pandey sir, Pro Vice Chancellor MIT-WPU, Honorable Dr. Prashant Dave, Registrar MIT-WPU, Dr. Janki Ram, Chief Operating Officer MIT-WPU, Honorable Praveen Patil sir, Chief Executive Officer CIAP MIT-WPU, Honorable Dr. Neeraj Mahindru sir, Dean MIT-WPU School of Pharmacy, then Honorable Dr. B.S. Kuchekar sir, Advisor, Senior Professor, MIT-WPU School of Pharmacy, Dr. Jayan Khandare sir, Director, School of Consciousness, MIT-WPU, for encouraging us to conduct this national level innovation competition, PHARMATHON, Innovation for Healthy Bharat. I express my special thanks to the management MIT-WPU for financial support to this competition. I also thanks the admin department MIT-WPU for all the administrative support. I express my sincere gratitude to the guest of honor of today's function, Mr. Kamlesh Pandey sir, and chief guest, Dr. Vijay Shastri sir, for sparing their precious time and gracing the event with their presence and for sharing the valuable knowledge. I am immensely thankful to all the jury members for sparing their valuable time and evaluating teams critically in both online as well as offline session. Their inputs, valuable suggestions are the value addition to the participants. We look forward you for your guidance and mentorship to our student, so it will be helpful for us to bring industry into the classrooms. A special thanks to Mr. Manish Patil, founder, University, for conducting 5 days idea resonating program Mind to Market for the qualifiers of the second round of PHARMATHON. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the participants for registering and participating enthusiastically in such a huge number, and I would like to congratulate all the winning teams of PHARMATHON, wishing them all the best for their future prospects. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires great planning and execution. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Milind Pandey sir for giving me this responsibility and believing in my capacities. I would like to thank Dr. Akshay Bhaite sir, Head School of Pharmacy, MIT-WPU, for continuous encouragement and guidance for the PHARMATHON. I have been fortunate enough to backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated members. Our sincere gratitude goes to Sane Madam for providing the venue and all the facility for smooth conduction of the event, Dr. Ashwin Kuchekar for connecting us with the industry jury member, Dr. Amol Tagalpalliwar for connecting us with the pharma entrepreneur, Dr. Rohini Pujari for connecting with the alumni jury member, Mr. Pankaj Shirbate for technical support, Ms. Sonia Nagdev, team of Pro VC office for supporting this PHARMATHON, Dr. Chinmay Deshmukh sir and Sri Raj Canteen for serving us delicious food, and all other teaching and non-teaching staff for their support. I thankful to other organizing committee members, Dr. Ranjit Gadve, Mrs. Yogita Ozerde, Mukul Tambe, Prajakta Murudkar, and all our enthusiastic student volunteers for their untiring efforts and enormous cooperation. I would also thank the photography department for providing the necessary support. I am also thankful to Dr. Alti Swami, then social media team of MIT-WPU, print media team for their help in publicity of the event. Last but not the least, a big thanks to each and every person who has contributed directly and indirectly to make this event a grand success. So thank you very much to one and all.
For his tireless efforts, a big round of applause for Anil Pawar and his team. He is the man behind the show, and on behalf of the management, we appreciate you and your entire team for supporting this event, and you own this event. So जब तक ये यहाँ तक नहीं आता है ना, तब तक वो event में मजा नहीं आती है. So they own that event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, we are at the end of today's program. I request everyone to stand up for the Pasaidan. I request our technical team to play the Pasaidan.
विश्वात्मके देवे येने भाग्यज्ञे संशावे तोषोनि मगजावे पसाय दानवे जे खरांची व्यंकटेशांड तया सत्कर्मी रतिवारा भूता परस्परे परा मैत्रीदेवांसे दुरिताते तिमिरता विश्वस्वधर्म सूर्ये जो देवांची नको तेला प्राणी जात वर्षत सकळ मंगळी ईश्वर निष्ठांची मांदियाई अनवरत भूमंडळी भेटतो होता चला कल्पतरूंचे आरव चेतना चिंतामणीचे गाव बोलते जे अर्णवा पीयूषाचे चंद्रमे जे अलांछन मार्तंड देता बहीण ते सर्वाही सदा सज्जन सोयरे होते किंबहुना सर्व सुखी पूर्ण होनिसी लोकी भजिगा आदिपुरुषी अखंडित आणि ग्रंथोपजीवी विशेषी लोकी दृष्टादृष्ट विजय होवे जीवी तीर्थ म्हणे श्री विश्वेश्वराय आहोनील दान पसाय येणे वरे ज्ञान देवा सुखिया
Thank you everyone. Have a good day. There is one announcement. We are going to take video bites of all the winning members. So all the winning members have to sit here. कुठले सर? प्राइज जेन अच्छा ओके ज्यांना मिळालं ते ना 5
अनाउन्समेंट कर जे जे विनर